Hello everyone and welcome back to another Art for Kids Sunday. Today we're going to be drawing a cute winter bunny. So let's get started.
Alright everyone, so to get started, we're going to start off with step 1, and that's going to be the bunny's head. And we're going to make a kind of a squared oval with the bottom being a little bit wider than the top. And we're going to have to allocate some space for the ears on top here. So I want to start my head a little bit down. So I'm just going to kind of sketch out a shape that I want to use. So I want it, like I said, a squared off oval with the bottom being a little bit wider than the top. So something like, I think that is what I'm looking for. Alright, so, and I think that size will be fine too. Okay, so let me see here. I want to come down and I want to flare out a bit for some cheeks. And then this side the same thing. I want to flare out a little bit, and then the bottom is going to be rounded off like that. So I think about like that is what I'm looking for. So just kind of clean up these edges so you guys can see kind of your target of what you want to try to go for in the end. So about like that. Okay, so that is for the head. Let's put in a few little hairs here on top. So we're going to come off from this line here on the left side, and we're going to bring it up, and we're going to bring it back down to our shape there. So just a little hair there. I'm going to make another one here. It's going to be a little bit smaller. And it's going to continue on that side. Okay, now we can take off this bottom line here, which my eraser is not precise, so it usually takes out more than I want it to. But we can go ahead and add it back in. So about like that. That's what I want. So a couple little hair sprigs sticking out on top and in the head. So that is step 1 completed. Let's move on to step 2. And step 2 is going to be the ears. So what we want is some bunny ears. I'm going to start over here. I'm going to sketch it at first to see how big I want it. I want it to go up like that and then come back down about like that. And I think that size is good. Let me get this other one in and then we'll take a look at it. So I'm going to come out from right here. I'm going to curve it up, and then let me see this. I want it to kind of be the same. I'm going to go up to there, and then we're going to come down, and we're going to curve it back around to there. Alright, so they don't have to look exactly alike. I mean, if they are similar, because I guess if you looked at a real rabbit's ears, they're probably not going to be exactly the same on both sides. But you just want to get it close enough. So I think that's good. I think I'm happy with that. So there are our 2 ears. Now let's do a little bit of details here in the ears. I'm going to put this back in here. So what we want to do is, so the inside of the ear is going to be kind of the pink part. So we're going to do a curved line from here, following along that curve of the outside of the ear, and then bring it down to about right there. Okay, and then we're going to bring another line here in the center, meet up with that, and then this line over here is going to be broken up. So as if we were doing a complete line, but just break it up like that. So that's going to be the inside of our ear. Alright, and then let's do the same thing on this side. So let's start up here and then follow along that curve right there. And then come down here in the middle. Then we'll do a line like that. We'll do another line like that. And then this one will be continuing up to there. All right, and that is the ears complete. Okay, let's move on to step 3. Okay, step 3, we're going to draw him a scarf. So this is a winter bunny, so he's going to be keeping warm. So what we want to do is we want this scarf to be not one-dimensional, so we're going to have to create a lot of folds and stuff to make it look like a real scarf. So what I want to do first is I want to do a curved line coming out. I want it to stop about here in the middle. So I'm going to start out from the head over here. And we're just going to curve it around and stop it about there in the middle. So that's going to be one part of that. And then over here on this side, do another curve like that, which is going to be the other side of this. And then we're going to start below that line so it's like it's folded under. And then we're going to break that line up. Let me take this off right here because we want this to be a continuation of this line. All right, and do it about like that. Okay, so the next thing we're going to do is we're going to come out one more over here. Another rounded shape. Okay, and then we're going to bring it down to about right here. Okay, and then let's do over here again, same thing. We do a rounded shape there. And we're going to bring it here to the middle. It's about there. Okay, I think that's good. And then let's do a part that's hanging down. Like that. And then we can make these touch like that. Okay, what else? Maybe one more, a very thin one. We'll bring it over. And then we'll continue it on this side and then just make it go up in there. So just kind of some folds and stuff. All right, and now let's put some little line details on this scarf here. So we'll just do it like that, and then we'll do some up here. About like that. I think that's good. Okay, so there is his scarf done. Let's step 3. Let's move on to step 4. In step 4, we're going to put in his body. So it's going to be kind of like the head was, but it's going to be a little bit shorter than that and not as rounded off. It's going to be like the bottom of a rounded square. So we're going to start out over here. And we're going to come down, kind of curve it. And then it's going to have a flat bottom. And then this side over here will be the same thing. I think I started too far over. And go out a little bit more. There we go. And then kind of curve it down to meet that. So about like that. Let me clean this sketch part up here. So about like that. That's what we want for his body. And that is it for step 4. That was an easy step. Let's move on to step 5. We're going to put in some hands. All right, and we're going to have one on this side over here. We're going to come out from the scarf. So I'm going to do this one more. And I'm going to come down. You see, I came down way bigger that time. And then curve it. And then go back up. You see how that looks? Yeah, that's much better. Okay, and then on this side, we're going to do another hand, and it's going to come out from the body here, and basically the same thing, just a rounded shape, and then it's just going to finish right there when it touching the body line. And then we'll do 3 little toenails here, and that's it. That's his hands. So that is step 5 done. Let's move on to step 6. Step 6 will be very easy. We're going to put in his feet here. And they're going to be 3-toed, rounded feet. So we're going to put one here. And we're going to put one here. So just like that. And then we're going to put some toes on top here. So we're going to do like that, and then one more like that. And then we're going to erase that body line that goes through. And it's going to look just like that. Alright, and then over here the same thing. We're going to do a toe there. We'll have another one coming out a little bit higher. And then we'll have one over here. Alright, and then we'll erase that middle line for the body. Just like that. And there, his feet are done. Alright, so that is step 6 done. Let's move on to step 7. And step 7 is we're going to give him a coffee cup. And also I see that we didn't do, we're going to have some more of his scarf hanging down here. So from here, like that. And then we'll do another one. Like that. That's just going to be part of his scarf hanging down. Alright, and then now let's get this coffee cup in. So what I want to do is come out from the bottom here. Bottom of the cup, and then it's going to go up from an angle here. I think that's good. And then from here, imagining if we were going up from there. Okay, and then let's connect these by a rounded line. Just like that. Okay, and then we're going to have another straight line going up from here and here. And I'm going to take out some of this stuff because it's getting confusing as to where we need to put things at. So we'll put those lines back in. So one here, one there. We're going to connect these two. We're going to connect these and then make it rounded on top like that. Alright, now we can make this come around the back. So there's his coffee cup. Keeping warm on a cold winter day with his muffler and his coffee. Alright, I think that's good. That's what we're going to go with. Okay, the next thing we're going to do is step 8, which is going to be the final step. And we're going to put in his eyes and his mouth. Alright, so I'm going to sketch in the eyes where I want them, where I think they should go first. I'm just going to do a circle. Do one over here. And let me just take a look at that and see if it's what I want. I think they're spread out a little bit too far. So I'm going to bring this one in a little bit. Okay, and then maybe we'll bring this one in a little bit too. Yeah, I like that better. Okay, and then what we want to do is we're going to do a curved line here on top to meet up with that. Okay, and now we want to do a nose, so we're going to do kind of a V shape. Like that, so it looks like a smile, don't it? And then we're going to come down and make a curved line like this. And a curved line like that. And then we're going to connect the two in the middle by a little circle there, or a little curve shape. And then we'll do a little ridge right there. And that is going to complete our sketch. So I think it turned out pretty good. Let's move on to the coloring process. Now I have put on the screen the colors that I'm using today. So I think the rabbit's going to be white, so there's not a lot of coloring that we need to do today, which is good. So the first thing, let's probably do the pink parts. So we're going to do the inside of the ears here and the nose. And then we're going to do some little ovals here on the feet. Alright, and this will be the part where I probably speed the video up. You guys can pause it if you'd like. and push play when you're finished coloring yours. Okay, we're back. We've got the ears done, we've got his little nose done, and we've got the little rounded ovals on the bottom of his feet. Alright, so that's the pink part. Let's go ahead and pick up your light green next, and we're going to color in his scarf. Okay, we're back. We got the green done. So the next thing, let's pick up your kind of mocha color here, and we're going to color in the coffee cup. Okay, that's good. And then I'm going to take my darker brown here, and we're going to do this rounded part right here a little bit darker. Right here, and then the very top rounded part. Here we go. Alright, looking good. So I think that is all the colors. So now let's pick up your black, and we're going to do our outlines. But first, let's color in the eyes. Here we go. We got the eyes colored in. Now let's go ahead and do the outlines. So just wherever you have a pencil mark, that's where we're going to do an outline. So we're not going to outline the little pads on the bottom of his feet, but I think everywhere else, yeah, everywhere else is going to have a line. So let's do that next. Okay guys, we're back. We all completed. I think it turned out really good. I hope you've enjoyed this tutorial. Some things you could do to probably make it a little bit better is maybe make some little white reflections in his eye. So you can do that and just color around a little white part in the eye. So like that, give him a little reflection in the eyes. So that might make it a little bit cuter. And in my final drawing, I did some little ground things here like this. So just whatever, you know, just use your imagination. And I did something like that, and we made a little bush here on this side and that side. And then I just made some little colorful butterflies. Very simple, just a little M shape and then a line under it like that. And I just did those in little various colors flying around him. So you could do whatever you like. You could make some flowers or whatever you would like to do. But I hope you've enjoyed this tutorial. Thanks so much for joining me, and we will see you next week for another Art for Kids Sunday. If you have not subscribed, please do so, and I will see you again next week. Take care.